Jinxx was brought in by an animal control officer who had responded to a call about an injured animal. When he came in, he definitely had some abrasions along his face, so we knew he had some kind of traumatic injury, a fall from a high area, or maybe even a hit by a car. It was pretty obvious that his jaw was fractured in at least one place, right along the mandibular symphysis, which is the center of the jaw. It did take us a little while to be able to find exactly what was going on, but he had also broken the ramus of the mandible, which is this little part on the side, as well as he busted off these little chips of bone right here. He had a significant amount of swelling and edema, which is kind of a soft tissue swelling, as well as hemorrhage. And his entire chin and throat were swollen to the point where he couldn't even swallow.
He's always been an indoor-outdoor cat, always pretty street smart, always has stayed pretty close. Comes in most nights, once in a while he'd stay out. And so on a Friday night when he didn't come in that evening, I was a little concerned about him. Someone along the street that didn't know me and didn't know him found him kind of curled up under her car wheel. And she called the animal control, who then took him to Great Plains because they could tell he was pretty injured.
Because of the nature of his injuries, we had a couple of different procedures that we did. Right along here, we were able to wire that part of the jaw shut, and that's a pretty typical procedure. The fracture that was back here was much more challenging to address. So what we did was kind of a unique procedure where we actually took a composite material and made an intraoral splint. While he was under anesthesia, we placed an esophagostomy tube, and that is basically a feeding tube that will go into the side of the neck. It goes directly into the esophagus and down to the stomach. So we're able to feed him a slurry of soft food to make sure that his nutritional needs were addressed.
I found him the next Thursday evening through Facebook.
It was actually through social media that we were able to reunite them.
Myself, Dr. Tudemaker, and the vet tech, we all cried when when she brought him to me. There's so many people in this city that are so passionate about helping people and their animals. And yeah, when I found out how badly he was injured and the fact that, he'd already had the surgery, he was already on the road to recovery, and just that, 6 days that, for me to find him without having any idea if they were going to get paid back or, have that taken care of. I mean, I was so incredibly thankful. What I saw and what the care that Jinxx, had, received, I would highly recommend it.
Amazing. Is absolutely amazing. We don't get to see those types of reunions very often. And I think it's an incredible resource for our community that we're able to do that. And exactly for these types of reasons, just one of those things that Jinxx was out wandering and got himself into a bit of trouble. This outcome could have been hugely different for this animal. So it's really awesome to be a part of an organization that has the resources as well as the drive to help so many animals coming from all different walks of life.